Before we introduce the starting lineups for tonight's game, will you please stand and join Dr. Gary Miller, the provost from Biola University, as he opens tonight's activities in prayer, and then remain standing as Azusa Pacific alums Micah McDaniel, Michael Cathy, Jeff Hepner, and Tim Thiel lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Would you quiet your hearts and pray together with me tonight? Father in heaven, we thank you for these two great institutions who have committed their time, their talents, and their resources to influence young men and women in both mind and character so that their lives might count in eternity for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We thank you for the opportunity to come and to enjoy this competition, where as universities together we can join in the fun and the enthusiasm of this time to be able to allow these young men to show their talents in ways that would honor and glorify our Heavenly Father. So we ask for their safety. We ask that every person here tonight, in word and deed, would bring honor and glory to the matchless name of Jesus Christ, for it's in His marvelous name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
And now, let's meet the starters. First, for Biola, at forward, a 6'9" senior, number 11, Abby Madupin. And for your Cougars, at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Lake Elsinore, California, number 3, Lance Soderberg. At forward for Biola, a 6'6" senior, number 34, Kellen Eckel. And for your Cougars, at forward, a 6'6" senior from Bell Gardens, California, number 42, Danny Rosales. At forward for Biola, a 6'5" junior, number 44, Dave Newkirk. And for your Cougars, at forward, a 6'5" senior from Simi Valley, California, number 32, Brett Mitchell. At guard for Biola, a 6'1" senior, number 14, Quentin Lester. And for your Cougars, at guard, a 5'9" junior from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, number 23, Larry English. At guard for Biola, a 6'4" senior, number 3, Trey Arnold. And for your Cougars, at guard, a 6'3" senior from Apple Valley, California, number 35, Ryan Dillon. Biola is coached by Dave Holmquist, assisted by Robert Avalis, Don Johnson, Jared Menville, and Scott Mossman. Head coach for Azusa Pacific is Bill Odell, assisted by Justin Leslie and Jeff Rudder. Azusa Pacific and the NAIA take this opportunity to encourage you to help everyone enjoy tonight's contest by being a true champion of character. By displaying respect and good sportsmanship to all involved, you can help us create a positive environment for both the teams and the fans.
Bill Odell had this to say for the keys to victory for the Cougars over Biola.
Well, Mike, there are 4 keys, I believe. The first one is doesn't have anything to do with the play of the game, but just is keeping our emotions in check and keeping poised. I'm sure there'll be a large crowd, and you want to be excited and up, but you can't get too excited to have that dictate your play. I think the second key is for us is to control Madupin on the boards. We've got he's a long body. We've got to get our legs and body into him to keep him off the boards. The third one would be Lester, their point guard. We've got to stop him from being able to penetrate. He's bigger than Larry English, our point guard, and we've got to stop his penetration. And then the last, one of their best players, well, their best player is Kellen Eccles, and we've got to be able to contain him some. He's been putting the ball up about 20 times a game now, which he wasn't doing earlier, and so that'll be a tough matchup for us. But I think those are the 4 keys for us being successful tomorrow night.
Jim Stupin throwing the ball up, and it was Biola winning the tap. Kellen Eckel against Lance Soderberg. Kellen Eckel on the right wing against Soderberg, trying to drive to the basket. Lost control. Who's got it loose on the deck? It's Larry English, the point guard, controlling.
Right there, great defensive play, standout by Soderberg right there, containing Kellen Eckel, who tried to get the early drive in.
Mitchell for the opening bomb, in and out, the rebound, and Abi Madupin.
Now, Danny Rosales has a challenge on him today of controlling Abi Madupin for grabbing the boards and containing this defensive front for the Eagles.
Eckel going to go one-on-one against Soderberg. Eckel stripped of the basketball. It's going to fly out of bounds back to Biola. And good-looking D so far by Lance Soderberg on the guy named the GSAC Player of the Week last week.
Absolutely. He's a great player today. Soderberg has a great chance to hand to him. He has a big challenge. It's time for big players to make big plays today.
And a big matchup right here, Quentin Lester against Larry English. This is Dave Newkirk on the right wing against Brett Mitchell. Newkirk on the bench the past couple of years, now getting a starting role. Lester from 10 got it into the paint.
Now that was just a nice pick and roll. English got caught pick in the back door, and Lester came around free.
English, Soderberg, now Brett Mitchell on the left wing looking for Rosales. He and Madupin going at it into the block. Rosales over Madupin. Got it over Madupin. We're tied.
And right there's outstanding play by Danny Rosales. Why he has 5 double-doubles coming into this game.
Madupin roughed up by Danny in the game at Biola. Danny had 12 points, 14 rebounds. Madupin held a 1 for 7 from the field and only 5 points. 4 fouls also. Kellen Eckel straight away against Lance Soderberg. Eckel trying to attack the basket. The pull-up from 15 rattles home.
Now there's just textbook basketball. You give him too many feet and he's going to take the shot. Down here, see Rosales over here banging up against Apadamadu.
Against Madupin?
Madupin.
Maybe Amadou's cousin. Always a speculation as Lester now steals the basketball. Trying to find Newkirk. Rosales stripped it away. And it's the Cougars controlling. And Dave Newkirk behind the play is hurt. It's a 5-on-4 for the Cougars. Mitchell, now English faking a 3. Newkirk's now back into the play. Soderberg, no correction. Mitchell underneath will lay it up and in.
Now this is Mitchell's 10th game in a rivalry game against APU and Biola. No other Cougar has played more games in a rivalry game other than former Cougar great Jeff Stanley.
And a timeout on the floor. They're checking on Newkirk. He may be hurt just a bit. Checking his eye, and Newkirk is going to stay in there. Newkirk, a local boy out of Azusa, California. And Mitchell getting an easy basket right there. Eckel straight away against Soderberg. High-low for Madupin. Double team now by Soderberg and Rosales. Now Lester into the corner against English. Around a screen by Eckel. Trey Arnold straight away against Ryan Dillon. Arnold very dangerous from the outside. Eckel on the baseline against Soderberg. Lost the basketball. English controls. 2 turnovers now by Eckel.
Eckel being really, really aggressive, driving to the basket. Dillon says, that's not happening. I'm coming down to help my man and give me the rock.
Danny high-low not there. It's Ryan Dillon from Danny. Dillon from Danny again. Dillon setting up for 3. Back iron with the shot. The rebound to Newkirk.
Now Dillon's a dangerous threat on the outside threes. He's guaranteed to make 3 in this game.
We'll hold you to that.
You can hold me to that one.
3 threes.
I guarantee.
We'll see that. We'll see about that. Newkirk on the right wing against Brett Mitchell. English and Lester going at it along the baseline. Eckel the high-low to Madupin. Underneath over Rosales. He scores. And the first 2 points for Madupin. It's 6-4 Biola on top. Just underway here from the Felix Event Center. This building is packed as usual for this rivalry. English feeding Mitchell for 3. Bullseye! First lead on the evening for Azusa Pacific.
Right there, outstanding 3 by Brett Mitchell, who's shooting 44% from behind the arc.
5 points for the senior co-captain. Lester trapped by English in the corner. It's now Eckel. He can shoot the 3. Better watch out for him. Arnold left wing against Ryan Dillon. Now Lester straight away. English staying right there with him. Eckel trying to go one-on-one against Soderberg. Eckel, the fall away from the block. He got it.
Now Eckel's the kind of guy that's not going to miss the ball too often. He's been guaranteed that's a great shot. He'll pull up on you every time.
Eckel beefed up 15 pounds this offseason. He is a much more of a stronger and complete player. Soderberg over Madupin, misfires. Madupin collects.
Soderberg shows he can do it too.
Lester now Eckel for 3. He got it. And there's a foul. And Kellen Eckel trying to complete the 4-point play and not the start Azusa Pacific wants to see.
Absolutely not the start right there. Rosales just got caught with the common basketball foul. Pulling up for the 3, tries to object, and turns his back and has too much junk in the trunk.
Foul on Rosales, that's his first. Eckel misfires, so no 4-point play for Kellen Eckel, but an 11-7 lead for Biola.
You see there, English telling his players slow it down.
English now for Dillon against Trey Arnold. English thought about a 3, didn't take it.
And the Cougar crowd backs up behind their Cougars as they always do.
Dillon looking for anybody. It's Rosales 15 feet away. Now Dillon the pull-up triple off the iron, and we're going to get a foul beneath the basket, and it's going to go back to Biola.
Now Dillon shot twice today, both from behind the arc. Dillon is 75 bombs on the year, just 28 shy of Kevin Daly's 3-point record from the GSAC play.
That's a foul on Lance Soderberg. That's his first. Soderberg going to sit Spencer Foster into the game for the Cougars for the first time tonight.
We're seeing Spencer Foster early in the game as compared to normally he comes out. Spencer Foster, the freshman from Glendora, California, always brings the hype to the court.
This will be a fun matchup to watch. Eckel against Foster. Lester all the way to the goal, misfires, offensive rebound to Eckel. He missed it, Rosales collects. And APU going to slow it up. 4-point lead for Biola. They're swinging around the horn. It's Ryan Dillon right wing. Inside for Foster, tipped out of bounds, Cougar ball.
Right there you see Ryan get up on his feet, and he has the defender jumps in his face because they're already expecting him to shoot that 3.
Mitchell going to inbound for Danny. Out front now English. It's Dillon. In the corner, Mitchell again for 3. In and out. That one looked good. Madupin collects. Unfortunate
that did look
miss.
Good. Looked really good on the corner. It was a nice swing around play by Mitchell. Get open. Unfortunately, the ball got to fall for the points to count.
Lester left wing now against Eckel, trying to back down Spencer Foster. Eckel from 18, off the iron, offensive rebound. Madupin missed it again. It's loose into the corner, and it's going to go to a Biola ball.
Eckel down there being extremely aggressive right now, shooting 3 for 5 from the field early in this game. Most shots shot by any player on the court right now.
Clean shot clock for Biola. It'll be Quentin Lester to inbound. Newkirk now Lester into the corner against Larry English. Eckel is swinging around now for Trey Arnold. Newkirk into the corner trying to back down Mitchell. Cannot. It's Lester left wing. Straight away Eckel. Looking for Madupin. Eckel left wing. Lester for 3. Air ball short. Mitchell's got it.
Now that's something you sure know you don't want to hear early in this game from this Cougar crowd.
Foster will lay it up and a nice half-court feed from Mitchell.
Way to Mitchell Lucas. Foster not only saw the layup open, but he sprinted down behind all Biola defenders to get open for that easy two.
There you hear it, Quentin Lester getting serenaded by the blackout crowd. And a loose ball, they're going to call a reach and foul maybe on Mitchell or Foster. And they'll get Mitchell for the foul. A correction, they'll get Danny for the foul. And that's Danny's second foul, and immediately Odell sends Bryce Prather into the ballgame for Danny.
Now this is something you don't want to see. Rosales is very, very aggressive out there, cutting them down. You see here Mitchell dishing the ball. And Foster just back behind the whole defense and get an easy two. That'll work every time.
Echo for three, way long, and Brett Mitchell collects the rebound. 2-point Biola lead. English on the right wing, into the corner. It's Foster, and they're going to call a traveling call on Spencer.
Ooh, Spencer wished he could get that one back. He looks disgust on his face, and he's like, hey, the ball's in the air. He just moved before he came down with the ball.
Dan Walzer will check in place of Quentin Lester. Walzer not that quick as Lester, so that should favor a matchup for Larry English.
That should favor a great matchup for Larry English. English only having 7 turnovers in the past 8 games.
Eckel on the right wing against Spencer Foster. 2-point Biola lead. Arnold straight away looking for Madupin into the mid-post against Bryce Prather. Madupin, and they're going to call traveling on Madupin.
Right there, great play by Prather. Just keep his hands up, keep his feet moving, and just stay in the face of Madupin.
So turnover for turnover, and it's a Cougar ball trying to tie the game or take the lead again.
And again, you see the defense coming out early in this game.
Man-to-man defense for Biola. Dillon straight away for Prather, high-low not there. English left wing, thought about a three, didn't take it. English attacking the basket, and they're going to call foul in the paint. They may tag Madupin. And correction, they'll get Dan Walzer. So right off the hop, that English-Walzer matchup, Walzer gets tagged for a foul.
Oh, absolutely. English is just too quick for Walzer. Walzer, a 6'2 sophomore from Illinois, cannot contain with the other Illinois on the field.
Dillon going to back it out now. It's English straight away against Walzer. Into the post for Mitchell, trying to get over Newkirk. Almost traveled, but Mitchell gets a runner from 5.
Now right there, just a great second effort by Mitchell. He got his ball put back in his face the first time, says, hey, I can do it again.
We're tied at 11. Walzer now for Eckel on the right wing, trying to ISO Spencer Foster. Straight away, it is Trey Arnold from Madupin into the block against Bryce Prather. Kick out Eckel for 3. He got it. And Kellen Eckel's feeling it with 10 points early.
10 points early in the game for the 14 points for the Eagles right here.
English straight away for 3. Back iron, rebound tip loose. It is Newkirk controlling. Foster almost got a piece of it.
Now the Cougars are going to have to be careful here not to get in this three-point shooting habit early in the game, although the Cougars are an excellent three-point shooting team.
And Mitchell steals the ball, but they'll refs rule a kick ball that will set the shot clock. Biola ball.
Wrong sport right there.
Exactly. Madupin will sit along with Trey Arnold. Biola we're going to send in Emil Swain and John Craig. Swain, the oldest player on Biola, 27 years old. Was eligible for play to begin the spring semester, so Swain, not that much games under his belt.
They have him marked as a sophomore from Kent, Washington.
This is Swain on the left wing against Ryan Dillon. John Craig going to post up. Now it's Eckel trying to get around Spencer Foster. Fall away from 12. Back iron. Mitchell, easy rebound. English inside Foster. Nice feed, but Foster misfires. Rebound loose, and it's Dan Walzer controlling.
Right there, Foster is very similar to his last play he had. On those plays, you got to finish. The easy two is always going to be there. Got to finish that.
Eckel on the outside against Ryan Dillon. Left corner now for Walzer. Trying to feed the post, stolen away by English. And the Cougars going to run. Dillon is rejected by Emil Swain out of bounds. And they're going to roll a Cougar ball.
Right there, that's a good call right there. That's a great call by the official to see the play fully, not make a judgment before he gets his assistance from his other partner.
Kellen Eckel going to sit down in place of Daniel Rose. Spencer Foster will sit in place of Soderberg. Great D by Foster against Eckel.
Oh, absolutely great D by Foster by Eckel. Limiting the guy to 10 points early in the game when he's taking the majority of the shots. Foster showing, hey, I'm a freshman and I can play with this big guy here.
And Emil Swain getting up for that block. English out front against Walzer. English going to back it out, and the Cougars going to set up shop offensively. 3-point lead for Biola. Mitchell on the right wing, has stripped out of bounds, Cougar ball, and Newkirk poked it away.
He did poke it away. Mitchell just brought the ball up a little bit too high. Now, you know, when the crossover got to come, it got to be below the knees. That one was just a little bit high, and Mitchell almost paid the price.
Quentin Lester will check back in for Biola, and Newkirk will sit, so Biola going to go small now.
They're going small right now because if you notice the Cougars out there, without Daniel Rosales, the big man game is almost inefficient.
Bad pass, Rose all the way to the goal. He gets the and one. And a 5-point lead for Biola, their largest on the evening, about halfway through this ball game. And Dave Holmquist sitting quietly, but he's got to quietly enjoy what he sees right now.
Absolutely, right there. You see the silly foul by Larry English on the breakaway. No need for that. Absolutely unnecessary foul right there.
Bill Odell will counter with Nate Pratt in place of Brett Mitchell. So Pratt, who has had a hot hand from downtown recently, will check in, and Daniel Rose going to get one free throw.
Pratt does have a hot hand right now. He's averaging about 6 points a game, shooting for over 40% behind the arc as well.
So Rose on the board with a free throw, and the 6-point lead for Biola, their largest on the evening. Pratt had a career high of 17 points against Fresno Pacific last Saturday in the Cougars' 19-point win. Dillon against Dan Walzer, inside for Soderberg, almost lost out of bounds. Soderberg, kick out, Dillon for three, bullseye!
And there's one! One of the three of guaranteed threes. That puts him at 76 on the year, just 26 shy of the record.
Boy, is Dillon Rojo Caliente from downtown recently.
Rojo Caliente.
And downtown Dillon's got his first 3 points on the evening off a tray. It's a 3-point ball game. Left corner, Walzer, straight away for Rose. He can shoot the three. He had one against APU back at Chase Gymnasium. Rose now for Walzer on the left wing. It's Emil Swain now for Rose to the foul line over Prather, way short, and Soderberg collects.
Cougars coming down, slowing down and setting up. English bringing the rock.
English now for Pratt, back for English out front, being watched by Lester. Soderberg on the right wing against Rose, poked out of his hands by Rose, out of bounds. Boy, Biola really not that shy in terms of getting the hand right there.
Oh, no, not at all. Daniel Rose right there, the 6'5" junior coming out of Morrison, Colorado, just shows, hey, put the ball in my face and I'm going to take it.
John Craig will sit in place of Madupin, so Madupin getting a breather. Cougars will inbound. Dillon trapped in the right corner now, back out front for English. Pratt right wing looking for Bryce Prather into the post. Prather's got it amidst three defenders, and it's knocked out of his hands by Madupin, out of bounds. Cougar ball.
Right there, Prather just rolls around, has the ball down low, and it's getting just knocked out of his hands. That's not going to work. You got to keep the ball up, elbows high, and turn around and put the easy deuce in.
Pratt going to inbound for the Cougars. 9:14 to play in this first half. APU and Biola going at it from the Felix Event Center. Mike Benton alongside Anthony Garcia. Glad you can be with us. English now for Pratt, gonna bang against Emil Swain. English taking a three over Lester. 4 to shoot. Cougars have got to get it up here. English pull up from 10, knocks it down.
It's not a bad player right there. English sees he has nobody open right now, so he drives down. They give him a little bit of room, and English, the much quicker player, will pull up for the two every time.
That's English's first 2 points, and Quentin Lester still getting the airball chance. Lester now for Dan Walzer in the right corner against Ryan Dillon. Now Emil Swain top right, trying to fake around Nate Pratt. Does fall away short. Dillon's right there for the rebound.
Cougars have the numbers.
Pratt going to slow it up. Dillon, now English on the right wing, thought about the three. English around a Prather screen, and they're going to call offensive foul on the moving screen by Bryce Prather.
Now if they're Prather just moved his feet just a little bit. I don't know if we can call that moving screen. Prather put a screen on a much smaller individual. Prather being a larger guy here, standing 6'6".
Eric Soderberg will check in place of Bryce Prather. So talking to Cougar assistant coach Jeff Rudder, Soderberg's contingency in getting to this ball game is seeing if the AP was having trouble with containing with the Biola's big men. They're doing okay, but the Cougars need a big spark here from a big man.
Absolutely. With Daniel Salas' 2 fouls out, Cougars are going to need somebody to step up absolutely fast and in a hurry.
And what a lay-in by Rose. He's got 3 points. The Biola lead back to 3. 8:03 to play in this first half. Again, a low-scoring ball game. 2 big defenses. Dillon for 3 off the back iron, and tracking the rebound down to Emil Swain. Lost out of bounds. Cougar ball. What D by Nate Pratt.
Nate Pratt, they're aware to see the play that he didn't have full control of the ball along the Cougar sidelines, and it also has to be hard with the loose ball along the Cougar sidelines. The blackout crowd is not going to let you get away easy.
And APU going big now. Mitchell will check in place of Ryan Dillon.
Now Mitchell also going to have the hot hand of the 3 that Ryan Dillon does have as well.
And Pratt will inbound for Larry English. 3-point lead for Biola. And we get a foul for contact. Daniel Rose and Lance Soderberg going at it, and Rose is going to get tagged.
Now there's just a little bit too much contact going on. The referee wants to stop this early, especially in these rivalry games where the crowd can get out of control.
Two Soderberg's on the floor, and Nate Pratt will inbound for Eric. Eric, right wing, now out front for Larry English against Quentin Lester. Mitchell down for Lance, and there's a foul. They may tag Rose or Swain. And they'll get Daniel Rose. That's already a second foul in a matter of seconds.
Now Rose is very, very aggressive. You saw him earlier when he was on Mitchell. Not afraid to put his hand in there, not afraid to use his body. This time he got caught.
And immediately Dave Holmquist will sub Kellen Eckel back in for Rose. You get a look here at the replay.
And you take a look here at the replay, you see Rose being very aggressive, hands over the body, and right there, that's just too much contact for the official to let go.
Cougar ball. 3-point lead for Biola. Mitchell open, three from the corner. In and out, rebound loose into the hands of Nate Pratt. He'll lay it up, and then what effort by Nate?
Now right there, that's just a great effort by Nate Pratt. Not a bad six-man to have come off your bench right there and see the aggression he possesses and bring the ball underneath from behind the rim.
Energy unit doing it once again. Soderberg with a quick steal, but Biola gets it back. Eckel setting up for three. Off the iron, rebound loose into the hands of Nate Pratt. 1-point lead for Biola. English for Soderberg straight away. Pratt in the left corner. Biola crowd trying to get up. Pratt all the way to the goal. That's an easy bucket.
Now Pratt has an awesome game, coming off that hot Valentine's Day career high. Looks like he's picking up right where he left off.
Can you feel the love from Nate Pratt? Emil Swain straight away against Pratt. Swain almost traveled. It's now Quentin Lester. Mitchell's knocked down. Offensive foul.
Now we got a lot of bodies going around early in this game. Early in this game, there's too much contact. The officials are trying to cut that down to a minimum early in the game.
Trey Arnold will check in place of Dan Walzer. Dave Newkirk back in as well for Biola. 6:46 to play. That's the first foul on Emil Swain. APU counters once again with English, Lance Soderberg, Brett Mitchell, Nate Pratt, and Eric Soderberg. English.
It's a family affair on the court.
Exactly. Mitchell lost control, got it back. Lance straight away, being watched by Eckel. Now Pratt on the left wing. Pratt moving in, cut off. English for three. Up, back iron, Madupin the rebound.
English pulls up from about 5 feet behind the arc. His shot just didn't go, and the air ball chant will continue through this whole first half today.
Newkirk looking for Eckel into the block. He's got it against Lance Soderberg. Eckel gonna bang against Soderberg. What a move into the paint, and he knocks down the 5-footer.
Now that's they're giving Eckel 12 points early in this game. Almost at his average already in the first half of this game.
21-20 Biola on top. Soderberg in the mid-post. Looking for anybody, it's Brett Mitchell. Biola crowd getting up once again. Mitchell trying to look for the pick and roll. Finds Eric Soderberg. High low to his brother Lance. He'll lay it up and in.
Hey, that's a brother affair. Then that looks like something they just did on the park playing pickup games 2-on-2.
Sure used to that high-low.
Absolutely. It's not bad to have your brother 6'7" and 6'7" back at you. Can you imagine the one-on-one games they had?
Oh, mercy. They played each other, by the way, at Corona in high school and also at Mater Dei early in their high school careers. Trey Arnold straight away against Nate Pratt. Now it's Newkirk front court left against Mitchell. Newkirk now straight away. It's Eckel. Now Arnold front court right being harassed by Pratt. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Arnold around the screen now for Newkirk into the block. Fall away from 5, way over the basket, and Soderberg collects. Lance Soderberg.
But they're a great aggressive deep rebound by Lance Soderberg, pulling it down, showing why he's the big man in the day.
English is rejected by Madupin, and it's a Biola ball.
And the Biola fans are not happy with that call right there. English took a good couple steps and showed why. With quick feet, you can get away with anything.
And Quentin Lester, when he's open, he's dangerous. He's knocked down a 19-footer. And Biola's back on top by 1.
Now Quentin Lester knocks down 3. You think that's going to stop the air ball chant?
Definitely not. And a loose ball. Lester controls a steal, and he'll lay it up and in easily.
And Odell is not happy with what he sees. Odell looks at the ref immediately, calls the timeout, wants to get his Cougars under control. The first thing he said is to remember this is a game and play the game the way they normally would and keep it in control. Cougars got to keep composure right here.
And they'll call a 30-second timeout for Azusa Pacific. Ryan Dillon set to go back in. It's 25-22. Biola on top. And Quentin Lester, boy, he seems to really get in your face, but no fouls called. And that physical play seems to really work well for him.
The physical play is working really, really well for him right now. That's because Larry English is such a fast guy that not too many people in the GSAC can't keep up with him. So when it happens, the officials are seeing something new.
Lester, one of the few guys who can keep up with Larry English in the NAIA.
Now, English is not a bad point guard right now. He's coming into the game averaging 6 assists per game. That's a GSAC high at this moment.
English so far on tonight's game with 1 assist and 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field. Quentin Lester, on the other hand, 6 points and 1 assist as well.
Now Lester being more aggressive right now, shooting the ball 5 times. He's shooting 3 from 5 from the field.
AP needs a spark, and guess who's in? Spencer Foster.
Hey, the guy I love to see play the game.
Absolutely. English will opt for Mitchell nearby. Now it's Dillon, right of the lane. Now English on the left wing against Quentin Lester for a nearby Spencer Foster. Dillon straight away, 4-3, count it!
And that's
tied.
2 of the 3 guaranteed threes. Now that puts him 21 away from the record. I know I might be the only record junkie in this game right now because records don't mean nothing in games like this.
Dillon inching closer and closer to that single season record. Lester still being serenaded. Trey Arnold for 3, in and out, rebound to Brett Mitchell. We're tied 25 apiece. Dillon right wing for Foster into the block. Now Dillon from the foul line. He got it! He may have been fouled, but no call with the Cougars lead.
And he has the hot hand right now. If I was the Cougars, I'd keep giving the ball back to Dillon and let him shoot. As long as he's going to remain open, let him shoot all day.
8 points for Ryan Dillon. APU's biggest lead on the evening. It's 2 points. Lester into the block from Madupin against Bryce Prather. Madupin over Prather, and they're going to call traveling on Madupin.
Now Madupin's looking at the refs saying, what did you do? But hey, too many feet, too many steps, and they're going to get called each and every time.
3:23 left. English going to roll this one up across the timeline slowly. English to the right wing against Quentin Lester. Finds Prather, going to bang against Madupin in the block. Over Madupin, misfires back iron. Madupin collects.
Now Prather going against Madupin. That's a freshman on a senior. Prather is not playing like a freshman right now.
Lester against English. Straight away now for Trey Arnold. Kellen Eckel left wing against Foster. Eckel almost lost the basketball again. He's already got 2 turnovers on the evening. Lester will off-tie post. Newkirk backdoor for Lester. He's got to back it out. Lester now straight away. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Trey Arnold on the right wing. 5 to shoot. Arnold, now Eckel for 3 as the shot clock expires. Way over the basket. Mitchell collects.
Biola wasn't aware of the shot clock at that moment.
Foster from 18 off the iron. Rebound loose. Who wants it? Bryce Prather, big rebound. Dillon for the 3-bomb. Bullseye!
And I called it. That's the 3rd one in the first half. That right there giving Dillon a solid 11 points early in this first half, leading the way for the Cougars, showing why he's had over 75 bombs in this year.
Downtown Dillon's dropping bombs early. 11 points, 3 triples, 30-25. Cougars their biggest lead on the evening. Kellen Eckel one-on-one against Spencer Foster. And a ball out of bounds to Biola. They ruled off of Foster.
They ruled it off of Foster, but right there you see the speed of Larry English, how quick he is to get across 10 feet within the matter of a half a second.
Very, very quick for his size.
Absolutely.
Arnold will inbound for Biola. Madupin looking for the high-low, not there. It's Dave Newkirk front court right against Mitchell. Newkirk now for Eckel one-on-one against Foster. 2 athletic players going at it. Eckel from 12, nowhere's near the iron. Newkirk the offensive rebound, and he puts it back up and in. And Dave Newkirk on the board, he's got 2 points. APU lead is at 3. Dillon for 3. Back iron, rebound loose. Who wants it? And it's a Biola ball. Newkirk controls.
Dillon right now shooting 50% behind the arc.
Lester straight away against Larry English. Moving into the paint over English. Misfires. Madupin the offensive rebound and a foul beneath the basket. They'll rule it maybe on Madupin.
I believe they're ruling him out of bounds, actually.
Yes, correction. It was out of bounds. So Soderberg will check it in place of Spencer Foster. And boy, what defense Foster has provided against Kellen Eckel tonight.
Absolutely. He's putting great defense on Foster right now. But what the reason I believe Coach Odell brought Soderberg in is he has 3 rebounds early in this game.
$1:06 left in the first half. We'll talk to former Cougar Jeff Stanlin at halftime. Played a lot of Biola games. Pick and roll. Mitchell to Soderberg. 2 points for the Cougars.
Nice assist right there on Mitchell. That gives the Cougars the biggest lead of the night right now. 5 points, 32-27 with under a minute to go. And the airball chant continues to serenade Lester.
Madupin the handoff for Lester. Blackout crowd is loud. Newkirk feeding the post for Madupin. Backdoor for Newkirk. Prather the steal. Madupin though gets it back. And Biola will reset the 10 on the shot clock. Arnold trying to work his way around Ryan Dillon. Way well in the lay-in. Ryan Dillon collects the rebound. Shot clock turned off.
Now Dillon pulls the rebound, does what a senior player should do. He slows the game up, gives the Cougars an opportunity to get the last shot, set up a nice play, possibly give Dillon his 4th 3 on the night.
APU trying to play for the last shot of the half amidst that blackout section. 8 seconds left. English for the triple. Count it! 35-27 Cougars. 2 seconds left. Trey Arnold a prayer. Out the back iron in the half ends.
Nice play right there by English. English, one of the 6 Cougar players right now, shooting 40% behind the arc. And the crowd goes crazy here at the Blackout Stadium, we like to call it. 35-27 right now. Cougars leading against the Biola Eagles.
Biggest lead for the Cougars. 8 points. Anthony, your final thoughts for the half?
My final thoughts right now at the half right now. You got excellent play by Ryan Dillon. Larry English giving it an all-around great effort, but I believe if the Cougars want to take a demanding control, let's take a look here at the 3. Just too much room. Lester pulls up and shows pulls up and shows why he can shoot the 3. We got to get Danny Rosales back in this game.
We're talking to former Cougar shooting guard Jeff Stanlin at halftime. Right after this, Cougars up by 8.
working or what?
No, they have our audio down. The Cougars up on top 35-27 at halftime, and everyone putting on a show tonight for Azusa Pacific, along with the APU Superfan Super Stu, who was out here just moments ago entertaining the whole blackout section. You get a look here. He is back, and he actually got entangled with a Biola fan over a banner, and the Biola fan got kicked out of the building, but Super Stu is still in the house. Always the guy who gets the blackout crowd up and going. Mike Benton alongside a special guest, former APU shooting guard Jeff Stanlin. And Jeff, just another APU Biola rivalry game, I guess.
I guess so. It's kind of weird watching it right now, but the intensity's definitely up and crowd's into it. It's fun to watch.
Is this really tough for you because now you're back out here in street clothes and now you basically can't play. Your only choice is to yell.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely different. You know, I wish I was out there, but you know, the only thing I can do now is wish them luck and cheer them on, you know.
Who do you think has really made a big impact so far? You're taking a look at a lot of new guys on this team.
Yeah, you don't have that superstar that, you know, our teams have had in the past, but everybody's scrapping and they're learning how to play together. And big guys, they're young, but they're doing the job now. So
and a big guy you seem to be a big fan favorite of right now, a guy who practiced with APU last season, Spencer Foster.
That's right. He's you know, he's came in this year and he's done a lot of things that people didn't think he could do. He's playing hard. He's doing well. Proud of him.
So take us to what you're doing right now so far with the APU baseball team. The Cougars off to a good start so far this season and getting a lot of playing time out in right field.
Yeah, we're doing good. I've been blessed this year. I'm starting in right field, and we're 8-2 right now, going into conference play on Saturday, so it's going well.
How is it making that transition from basketball for 4 years back into the baseball thing? So far, rust has not really been an issue for you.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's different, but you know, baseball is in my genes and stuff, so it's going good.
Jeff Stanley, of course, getting the old usual taunts from the blackout crowd across from us. A lot of players back in attendance for this one, and it almost seems like this game kind of like a family reunion in a way for APU basketball.
It is. You definitely see a lot of people that you haven't seen in a while. It's a good time to come out and see the former players and coaches and stuff.
Take us back to your most memorable moment here in this entire rivalry, Jeff.
It's got to be last year. We beat them here, my last home game against Biola, and fans came off and carried me off the court, and something I'll never forget.
Do you feel as if you're a good luck charm so far for these guys right now?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. But, you know, we'll see.
Madupin answers Brett Mitchell's basket with 4 points. Jeff Stanlin, always a good time to chat with you and see you in the house once again.
Appreciate it, buddy. Anytime.
Jeff Stanlin, former APU 4-year shooting guard with us. It's a 37-29 ball game. The Cougars on top by 8. Their largest lead was 10. Larry English trying to fake around Quentin Lester. Inside, nice feed for Mitchell. He'll lay it up and in, 10-point game.
It's a great way for the Cougars to start off this game right now, jumping ahead out, getting the 10-point lead with under 1 minute underneath our belts in the second half.
An assist from a capital A by Larry English. Lester will feed the block from Madupin, going to bang against Danny Rosales. Over Rosales, in and out. Lance Silverberg collects. 10-point lead for Azusa Pacific. Rosales, minimal playing time in that first half. Shackle with foul trouble. He's back in there now. Pick and roll, English to Rosales. He'll lay it up and in. 12-point lead for Azusa. And Danny with 4 points.
Now that's what the Cougars need to get this game going right now, is keep Danny Rosales in this game and keep him out of foul trouble.
And it seems like the APU just out shooting Biola when they get the chance. Been a big key.
Absolutely right now. APU with some heavy shooters out there right now. Ryan Dillon leading the way for the Cougars.
And they're going to call it and one for Trey Arnold. That foul may have been on the ground, but Arnold gets the bucket and he'll get the extra free throw. So Kellen Eckel, correction, not Trey Arnold, but now 14 points.
Shooting a little under 50% right now from the field.
Eckel for the and one, he got it. Eckel with 15 points, what a ball game he's having. It's a 9-point Azusa Pacific lead. English one-on-one against Quentin Lester. APU trying to sweep Biola for the first time in the regular season series. It's 98-99. Dillon straight away for his fourth three. Off the iron, rebound loose into the hands of Danny Rosales. And Danny gets a timeout before that he fell out of bounds.
But they're great play by Danny Rosales, firing out, being aware, showing what senior leadership will take, doing to yourself on this court. So
Bill Odell burns his first timeout of the half. It was a 9-point lead for Azusa Pacific, 41-32 with 17:57 to go in this first half. APU blackout section in full force tonight. This building is packed to the brim. APU ball boys always having fun on this one, along with the APU cheerleading section.
It's always nice for the Cougars to have their own cheerleading section there. You get a good look right now, Ryan Dillon, who has the hot hand right now.
So it'll be a Cougar ball. Fresh 35, English going to inbound for Lance Soderberg. Lance will find Ryan Dillon and hand off now for Larry English. English against Quentin Lester. Finds Danny in the block against Madupin. Inside for Ryan Dillon. Layup is rejected by Kellen Eckel. Back comes Biola. Eckel in the block against Lance Soderberg. Over Soderberg. Missed the bank. Dave Newkirk the offensive rebound. And we're going to get a pushing foul. Maybe either on Danny or Lance.
Now Soderberg right there, I believe that right there is getting called on Soderberg. Just a little bit too high up over the back right now. Can't do that in this game.
That's the third foul on Lance Soderberg. Bill Odell not amused. Soderberg in a little bit of foul trouble right now. Trey Arnold gets the inbound for Biola. Arnold to the left wing and a traveling call on Trey Arnold. So 41-32. And a Cougar ball once again.
Right now the Cougars coming in right now with a 9-point lead. Odell has to feel comfortable, but can't get settled right now because in a rivalry game, anything can happen.
Mitchell stripped out of bounds, and they're going to rule Cougar ball as off of Quentin Lester.
Now Lester right there just reached around, showed he also has some quick hands and quick feet in GSAC play as well.
9-point lead for the Cougars, but far from being in control of this ball game. In this game, anything can happen. Danny buries a 15-footer, and the Cougars lead by 11.
And right there, that's the key to this victory right now, is just keep Rosales in this game. He'll continue to shoot. He'll continue to be a big man. He's a great presence on this court.
And Quentin Lester still getting the air ball chance from the blackout crowd. And we're going to get a 5-second call on Quentin Lester.
Now, there has to be some frustration right there on Quentin Lester as he slaps the ball. He knows the air ball chant coming in from early in the first half is going to haunt him the whole game.
And Larry English wins that battle. 16:49 to go in this one. English straight away. The skip pass for Brett Mitchell in the left corner. Straight away, it's Danny looking for the high-low, not there. Mitchell left corner. And we're going to get a foul for reaching in on Dave Newkirk.
Well, that's Newkirk's first personal foul this game. Just got a little too excited with the hands going up against Mitchell.
Mitchell will inbound for the Cougars. He'll find Soderberg into the block over Quentin Lester. Missed the 5-footer, but Brett Mitchell right there for the rebound. It's out of his hands. And Mitchell fighting for it, but Dave Newkirk gets control. Back comes Biola. Eckel trying to go one-on-one against Lance Soderberg. Underneath. and a holding foul on Lance. That's his fourth, and immediately Spencer Foster summoned to the floor by Bill Odell.
And right now, Coach Odell is going to put everybody and anybody in right now to stop Echo. You do not want Echo to be the man to get the hot hand early in this game right now. 4 fouls right now. It's not a bad deal right here.
Kellen Eckel will get free throws, 2 of them. Eckel trying to add to his 15-point ball game tonight.
Now Eckel, a 6'6" senior from Arizona. Into the game comes Spencer Foster, not from Arizona, but the hometown freshman from Glendora, California.
So Foster will check back in. Don't forget Foster's cousin, B.J. Foster, played 1 year for Biola 2 years ago. The year Biola snapped the Cougars' 9-season GSAC title streak. So Kellen Eckel buries 2 free throws. He's got 17 points. English finds Mitchell into the block against Newkirk. Mitchell gonna bang. The shot from 5 altered by Newkirk, and Eckel, and Madupin collects.
Now Mitchell's a class guy, not looking for the foul of the ref, but he knows he was fouled, gets up and continues to play the game.
Lester on the left wing, front court left now against Larry English. Lester lost control. It's loose on the deck. Traveling call on Quentin Lester.
Right there, great defensive play by Larry English, showing the quick feet. Rosales comes over to give him a little assistance with a little tumble roll on the ground.
And it looks like Lester's trying to ignore it, but perhaps maybe those air ball chants getting to Lester.
They might be getting to him right now. I know as a player on the field, when you hear things like that, that gets in your psychological mind, and it's just not working for you.
9-point lead for Azusa Pacific. English controlling front court right now. It's Dillon left corner against Trey Arnold. Inside, nice feed for Danny. Lost it, got it back. It's English just saving it from going out of bounds. They'll feed the post. It's Rosales. One-on-one against Madupin. Now English, a deep 3 on the way. Off the iron, and it just fell out. Rebound loose. Foster had it, lost it, tipped out of bounds, and a Biola ball.
Now Larry English is not scared to shoot the ball from 5-10 feet behind that arc. Putting up, you saw him make one earlier at the end of the first half.
English that close to a deep 3 on his score sheet, and now Biola going to call a timeout.
And right now, Biola wants to get their game under control. They want to calm down Lester, let him know it's just a normal game to keep control and play his game.
43-34, Azusa Pacific. Don't forget our next live webcast on APU Live this Saturday. Doesn't get much of a downhill from here. It's the Cougars and the defending national champion, number 2 Concordia. Coverage beginning at 7:30, live on the web at live.apu.edu. And tickets for that game still on sale at the Event Center box office by calling 626-815-5494.
That game Saturday is going to be a big game. That's going to give the Cougars a chance, considering the victory tonight, to go ahead and tie up GSAC play.
Concordia taking on Christian Heritage tonight in San Diego. They should win that one for all intent and purposes. So Saturday's game could decide conference if the Cougars win this one.
Absolutely.
Hope you can be here for that one. Echo high-low from Madupin over Rosales. He got it.
Now Rosales is a normal physical person. He's a much dominant player. I see him as a more dominant player than Madupin, but he looks to be playing conservative right now, knowing he got an early foul trouble earlier.
Rosales high-low for Foster. He's mugged by Kellen Eckel, and Foster's going to get 2 free throws.
And Eckel right there realizing what had happened, preventing Foster from falling hitting the hardwood as hard as he can possibly go.
That's the first foul on Eckel's score sheet. Foster will get 2 free throws.
Now Foster is also one of the first Cougars, is the first Cougar to go to the line for the game.
APU didn't shoot an entire free throw in the first half, and Foster buries his first free throw, and the Cougars' first free throw on the evening.
Giving Foster 3 points in the second half.
Second team foul on Biola. Foster in and out, loose ball, who's got it? And Madupin walked with it out of bounds, and a Cougar ball.
Now that was a great play up above the rim right now between Rosales and Madupin. It was just who wanted it more, and the ball decided to go on its own route.
Every rebound in this game is a case of who wants some more, it seems like.
Absolutely.
English will inbound for Rosales. Newkirk gets control. Danny, Brett in the corner for 3. Bullseye! 47-36 Cougars.
That right there giving Brett Mitchell his second three-pointer front of the game, giving him 14 points right now, Cougar high.
And the senior co-captain having a ball game. Newkirk straight away against Brett Mitchell. Mitchell playing airtight defense. Foster picked Kellen Eckel's pocket, but it's out of bounds to Biola.
Now Foster's being a lot more aggressive right now, going up against Eckel. He has 0 fouls. Not to say it's good to foul, but to control Eckel down, it might take a couple to stop him.
14:27 to go. APU trying to keep arm's length distance from Biola in this one right now. It's an 11-point Cougar lead. Eckel straight away from Madupin against Rosales. Now Eckel being watched by Foster, and Lester going to run the point against Larry English. Eckel setting the screen for Lester. Lester kick out now for Newkirk. Almost lost it, got it back. It's Eckel straight away. Now Lester, three to shoot. Desperate three, it's short. Rebound to Lester, knocks over Foster, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Spencer, and he may have had his feet set. I'm not sure about that call.
I disagree right there with that ref's call. I saw him have his feet set. He jumped out, put 2 feet down, and Lester was just going with the body motion right there. That was a total offensive foul, and the ref could not see.
They'll inbound for Trey Arnold. So Foster a little unfortunate there. That is Foster's first foul on the score sheet. Lester controlling against Larry English. 22 to shoot. Newkirk trying to fake his way around Mitchell, cannot. Lester controlling 16 to shoot. Great D by the Cougars. Trey Arnold, left wing three. Looks good, it is.
Now Trey Arnold right there, 5 feet from behind the arc. That was just a nice shot. That's the way basketball needs to be played.
Not really in the face of Ryan Dillon, but close. That's Trey Arnold's first 3 points of the ball game. 47-39 Azusa Pacific. Mitchell attacking the basket. Now English thought about a three, didn't take it. Ryan Dillon top right. The floater into Danny. Now it's Ryan Dillon in the right corner, and he's picked by Trey Arnold, a 2-on-1. Arnold all the way to the goal. Count the basket and the foul.
Now they give me the foul right there on Larry English right now, saying he got some contact up in the air right now. Larry English has a face of disgust. Utters out some word, letting the ref know that that was not a great call.
Trey Arnold now with 5 points. This is for his 6th for the N1 free throw. Cougars going to send in Bryce Prather and Nate Pratt, and Trey Arnold's got 6, and it's a 5-point ball game.
Now, I believe right now, Odell's sending in the 2 younger guys to give his 2 seasoned veterans, Rosales and Mitchell, a break coming down, because you know as he rivals the games, they go down to the wire every day.
English going to roll it up slowly against Quentin Lester and across the timeline. Some one-on-one moves going on right now.
And Biola fans churning out Larry.
Larry doesn't seem phased, though. Dillon, nice pass for Prather. Missed it, loose. Foster there for the putback. What effort by Spencer.
And that's the effort Foster always gives out, and that's why Odell always brings him in. He's one of his first 6 men off the bench.
The lead back to 7. Newkirk against Nate Pratt. He'll feed Madupin, and a foul on Bryce Prather for reaching in.
That right there's Prather's 2nd foul.
And you got to figure when all these guys are done, they've got to be gassed after this game.
Absolutely gassed, not only physically but mentally as well. Rivalry games like this take so much for you, and if you didn't notice, this is a big game.
It's only pretty much the most heated basketball rivalry in Southern California. Madupin over Prather, he lays it up and in.
Absolutely the most heated basketball rivalry. Some would call it the best small college rivalry in the nation.
It's a 5-point game. Madupin's got 8 points. Larry English, Prather high-low, it's stolen away by Newkirk. Untimely turnover for APU. And Nate Pratt, a big steal. Lost it, and it's now Quentin Lester controlling. Arnold into the corner. Into the post, now Madupin. Out to Newkirk for 3. Air ball long, and Madupin will get the timeout.
Now that's the air ball chant that is not going to be wanting to go down during this second end of this half. Now look at the fired up fans right here on the Cougar screen.
They got Quentin Lester for an air ball, and they got one more player now on their rap sheet. It's Dave Newkirk.
Now you see right here the dish out from Madupin out in there, and wow. He could have got some flight tickets with that one, some luggage, because that was on the air ball.
That was on the air, playing out of here.
That looked like a first-class ticket.
This game, with 11:56 to go here in the ball game, the Cougars on top by 5, 49-44. APU going to send out English, Dillon, Pratt, Spencer Foster, and Bryce Prather. Biola counters with Lester, Eckel, Newkirk, Madupin, and Arnold. Their usual starting 5. Lester against Larry English. Front court right, looking for anybody. And they're going to try to ISO Lester. Out of his hands, Madupin collects. Eckel knocks down Foster. Offensive foul.
Now right there, that's some good luck right there for Foster right there. He got that call right there. In comparison to the first one, that's his second time he's taken a nice hit to the chest.
You think Spencer likes that one? You saw his reaction.
He was excited.
Second foul on Kellen Eckel. English for Pratt on the left wing. Now Foster straight away. English from 19 on the way. Off the iron. Rebound loose. Nate Pratt's got it in the corner. Cougars save it.
Right there, that's a great individual effort by Pratt. Not only to tip the ball, but grab it back.
And Larry English, almost losing his footing, gets a timeout.
Now you see English's frustration. There was no way he could actually fake the referee out when he's standing 2 feet in front of you.
And Bill Odell wants a full timeout. AP maybe running around just a little bit right now, so that's why Odell maybe he's opting. That's why he's maybe opting for that full timeout.
Well, he wants to opt for that full timeout right now. Biola's come out. They're not going to lie down for these Cougars. They cut the lead right now to a 5-point deficit. And Eagles are bound to come back right now, going with 11 minutes left in this game.
Biola ranked 19th in the NAIA. The Cougars ranked 5th. New rankings coming out today in the top 25, and 9 of the top 10 teams staying right there put. But Concordia almost losing last week to Westmont. You got to think Concordia is vulnerable as you get a look at Super Stu trying to get the crowd up. You got to think Concordia is a little bit vulnerable going into the game here this Saturday.
Well, absolutely, Concordia has to be vulnerable right now going into the game, and especially if the Cougars come out with a hot win today. The Cougars are bringing a hot game streak, a hot winning streak to Concordia.
The cheerleader +1, Super Stu.
Super Stu, I enjoy that guy right there. Having a class, pretty entertaining character.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at him, look at his belly. It's hurting his marked red marks. And the Biola fans chanting at Stewart to put a shirt on. Stewart unfazed, back to the game.
Definitely Stewart unfazed. English, now for Ryan Dillon on the right wing, 22 on the shot clock. Prather, high-low not there. Pratt left wing against Newkirk. Pratt for Dillon, a loose ball, a foot race. Newkirk wins the battle. He's fouled, and no free throw, and no lay-in as Newkirk slow to get up. And Newkirk hobbling as he gets helped up by Ryan Dillon. May have crashed into that drum set in the blackout section.
The drum set, the ball boys, the guitar set, everything else over there behind the Cougar basketball court.
And Newkirk's saying, I'm all right, I'm all right. We'll get a look here at the replay.
I see him coming down right here. Now, that's just aggressive basketball of the Cougars. And, right there, you see him as he hits the back. Now, that hit directly on his hamstring. Now, that had to hurt right there. And I do believe that the chair or the drum set wasn't a warm welcome either.
So Dave Newkirk to get 2 free throws. Newkirk on the season. Good free throws. Should be at 79% on the season. First free throw is good.
And that puts him at 50% on the day.
Newkirk to cut to a 3-point game. Got it. He's got 4 points. And we got a ball game once again, folks. Buckle up.
We got a great ball game, just like we had a ball game earlier today in the women's game. Let's hope the outcome's in our favor today.
AP women coming back from down 27, almost won the game. Prather from 5, he got it over Madupin.
Now that was a nice shot right there by Prather. That looked like the very significant move of one famous Los Angeles Laker who wore number 33.
Well, that's looking skyhook. You know who it is. Madupin into the block against Prather. Lost it. Ryan Dillon controls.
Great time to be in the right place at the right time by Dillon.
English all the way to the goal. Missed it, but Foster's right there for the putback, and the APU lead back to 7 points.
Now Foster, always an aggressive player, always excited to be out on the court. Again, I can't know if I can give this guy as much publicity as he deserves. Always an aggressive guy. I love watching Spencer Foster play.
And Bill Odell, who's seemingly motionless usually on the bench, giving a couple of hand claps and a nice pat in the rear end to Ryan Dillon.
Well, you have to know, coaches are into the game, both coaches are in the game. Bill Odell knows it's a rivalry game. He sees the crowd. He's just as excited as his players are.
Odell has experienced almost every high and low known to man in this rivalry. Madupin into the block, around, Prather, foul, maybe on Bryce.
Now that there's not a bad foul right there. As Prather's gonna foul, he needs to do it hard. You don't want to give an easy 2 and then give the and 1 possibility.
That's Bryce's 3rd foul. Madupin gets free throws. Madupin, not a good free throw shooter, only 53% from the foul line, and those long arms hurt him. Madupin's first free throw is good. What do you know?
His long arms put the ball way up in the air.
He's almost got to prepare for that shot by going right down to his ankles. Madupin's second free throw is good. He gets 2 of 2. So lead back to 5. English for Mitchell into the corner, going to attack the basket. He's fouled by Madupin. And Madupin can't believe it. That's his first foul.
Now you hate to see players like that. Nothing against Madupin or any player, but you hate to see players complaining about fouls. I know the emotions get in the game, but play the game, take the foul, and let's move on.
Brett Mitchell, second in the GSAC in free throw shooting. 87% from the foul line going into this ball game, and he cans the first free throw. He's almost automatic.
It's an automatic shot. I believe these crowds and cheers from Biola fans aren't going to go phase him. Right here, Mitchell shooting for his possible 16th point of the game.
And the blackout crowd trying to root him on. Mitchell to make 2 of 2. He got the lead back to 7 points. 16 points for the senior co-captain.
Shooting 60% from the field right now.
9:49 left. Cougar lead once again at 7 points. 55-48. Lester from Madupin stolen away by English, and English almost lost it and got it back. English going to pull it up against Lester. Foster thought about it, and now Mitchell's going to reset and allow for English.
Now, I hate to be an Eagles player, and you do not know what three-point shooter to stop or to guard at any given time.
Prather outside to Larry on the left wing. Lester staying right there with him. Larry thought about driving, couldn't do it. Pratt now on the block for Prather over Madupin. He scores!
Now, Prather's only a freshman, but he shows why he's not playing like a freshman right now. That's giving him right there 4 points on the game.
And the APU lead back to 9:04 left in the ball game. Number 5 Azusa Pacific, number 18 Biola.
Could be number 1 and number 2 or 99 and 100.
We'll see. Eckel over Prather, nowhere near. Eckel's fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And they may tag Spencer Foster.
Now, Spencer Foster got a bad rap right there because from my point of view right now, Larry English, the little guy, came and pulled Eckel's shoulder all the way almost back to, I hate to say this, but Larry's eye level.
Second foul on Spencer. Kellen Eckel will get 2 free throws. He's having a great ball game tonight, 17 points, and that's number 18.
Now that's right there is about his season average. Eckel's averaging right now about 17.9 points per game. Might as well be 18, and he did it tonight.
He scored his last 4 points off of free throws. Emil Swain checks in for Dave Newkirk. Eckel in and out. Spencer Foster collects the rebound.
And that's a good almond right there to see him scoring his points off free throws means the Cougars aren't giving him any easy shots. He's going to have to earn his way the rest of this game.
English, Mitchell, Foster, Prather, and Pratt out there, and a reach and foul. They'll tag. It looks like it's going to be Emil Swain, and it is.
Emil Swain just gets caught right there. He's the sophomore from Kent, Washington. Mitchell saw it. A little bit of an acting job on Mitchell right there to get the foul, but not bad basketball at all.
Ryan Dillon checks in for Nate Pratt. They inbound to Foster, outside for the triple. Yes, sir!
A great shot right there by Foster. Foster's also one of the players shooting great from behind the arc.
You talk about stepping up, you might find that man's picture in the dictionary. Spencer Foster's got 10. Lester around an Eckel's screen, looking for anybody. Stolen away by Larry English. What a pick. 3-on-1. English almost traveled, and the Cougars going to slow it up. English for 3. Back iron. Foster with the putback. 62-49 Cougars.
Foster right there coming in, being aggressive right now, turning it on. Again, the sparks fired up for these Cougars in the second half. And the motionless Bill O'Dowd comes out to talk to the ref right now, let something's going on.
12 points for the hometown hero out of Glendora, California. The freshman has helped the Cougars stay claim their largest lead on the evening. It's 62-49.
Not only does Foster, you take a look right here as English gets butted around, comes around the top, sees nobody on him, decides to shoot 3 for himself. But here's the great play by Foster to put it back up, give him his 12 points of the game. Now Foster's only a freshman right now, giving him a great future here for Cougar basketball.
There you can't see it, but Super Stu is right beneath those cheerleaders.
I like the cheerleaders anyways.
Yes, there he is.
There he is.
Always a ball of energy.
You got a ball right.
Oh boy. I'll stay away from that one, Anthony. I will stay away from that one.
Oh boy, I have Stu for class. He hears this. He knows I love the guy.
62-49 Cougars. And just another APU Biola basketball game. And Spencer Foster has engaged in a long history with this rivalry. He has told us about his trips out to the Cougar Dome ever since he was 12 years old to watch these rivalries, so he knows what it's all about.
Now that must be awesome to come as a 12-year-old boy, watch the games. 7 years later, you're in the game.
He's always said he's wanted to come here and play for Coach Odell. He is here. Only a freshman, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Lester left wing. APU leads at 13, their largest. Emil Swain one-on-one against Mitchell. Swain will opt for Arnold, out of his hands by Ryan Dillon, who wants the basketball. Tied up, and they'll roll Biola ball.
It might be a Biola ball, but that's a great individual effort by senior Dillon, showing why he's the co-captain, showing some senior leadership all on this court right now.
The APU blackout section hanging on every possession. Lester will control against Larry English. Lester all the way to the goal now. Emil Swain on the kick out. Left corner, it's Eckel for three. He got it. Big three by Eckel.
Now Eckel will be the one to shoot you down during the end of this game right now. Biola's going to have to get the ball in his hands if they have any chances of keeping this game in close.
21 points for Kellen Eckel, and the Cougars threatening to slam the dagger into Biola here early. But a big three by Eckel to keep him in this ball game. Prather high-low not there. English on the left wing now for Mitchell in the left corner against Emil Swain. Mitchell looking for anybody open. And now Ryan Dillon controlling in the APU blackout section, countering with a beat Biola chant.
I'm just going to let you hear that.
Mitchell from 18 with the shot clock expiring, missed it. Prather there for the rebound. He was fouled, no call, and now there is a call.
They're calling that down on the ground, though, on the rebound. They're not giving him the two shots right now.
The foul's going to go against Madupa, and that's his second on the evening. Danny Rosales back in for the Cougars in place of Bryce Prather.
Now expect Rosales to come out to be just a little bit more physical than Prather right now. Rosales coming in with 2 fouls with 6 minutes to go, so now I believe Rosales is going to be the aggressor as we always see him.
Dillon knocks it down from the right block, and it's back to a 12-point lead for the Cougars. 13 points for downtown.
Downtown Dillon.
Lester against Larry English, around a screen by Eckel. Lester still with it against English. 21 on the shot clock. Lester all the way to the goal. Got it off the glass around Spencer.
Oh, there's a great individual effort right there. Driving in right now. English had a step behind, and he just took advantage of it.
6:18 to go. The lead at 10 for the Cougars. Dillon inside for Rosales, left block. Gonna bang against Madupin. He'll offer Mitchell straight away. Mitchell around a Foster screen, all the way to the goal. Fall away from 5, missed it. Rebound loose. Ryan Dillon controls. Cougars reset. Shot clock didn't expire. 7 seconds left. Dillon for 3. In and out. The rebound to Madupin.
Now Dillon pulled back around thinking the shot clock was had a reset, but to his avoid it was wrong.
Lester is rejected by Spencer Foster, and Ryan Dillon controls. Cougars running. English for 3. Yes, sir!
The officials right there ruling into the 2 right now. English's foot was on the line right there. You can clearly see it right now. But that was a great play right there, pulling up the 2, and you see the disgust of the Eagles players right now, and the blackout crowd lets them know whose house this is.
(66-54) Azusa Pacific. And this blackout crowd loving every second of it.
Now you see right here, the great block right there by Foster. Down, you can't stay down. You got to push the ball up the court, which gives English the ball to go down at the other end. Pull up for the nice 2. Give the Cougars a great lead right now. A 12-point lead with 5 minutes left in this game.
And now it's turning into a case of where they're trying to hold off Biola, and now every possession counts.
Every possession counts. You think about the game 2 years ago, we're going down to the last minute and 30 seconds. The lead exchanged hands 8 times. Now in a rivalry game, it feels like the game could never ever end. You see English coming up right here. Now take a look at his foot. Clearly on the line, but it doesn't stop him from shooting, doesn't stop the crowd from cheering, and definitely does not stop the ball from going in.
And that sent the blackout crowd and the entire event center into a frenzy. And APU trying to shut this game away once and for all.
Now that's really what you want to do. You got your opponent down right now. APU wants to choke him out and not allow the Eagles to get back in this game at all.
Both teams have their starting 5 out there. And Dave Newkirk will inbound for Biola.
And your starting 5 is what you want to come down to the last 5 minutes in this rivalry game. It's a big game. These players need to keep their composure and remain calm and play their game.
Kellen Eck, or rather Dave Newkirk straight away. Now for Trey Arnold against Ryan Dillon, 18 to shoot. Arnold, a deep 3 on the way. In and out, the rebound to Lance Soderberg, who's got 4 fouls.
Not only a deep 3, but that was about 5 feet beyond the arc.
That was from Glendora. 12-point Azusa Pacific lead. English blowing by Quentin Lester. Dillon being watched by Newkirk. Now Soderberg straight away. They swing it around the horn for Mitchell. 4:47 left. Rosales on the baseline against Madupa. Knocked out of bounds by Kellen Echo. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Now Rosales was just looking for someone to get him open. Rosales was actually a little bit out of his comfort zone for him to bang.
And Chris Brown saying, it's okay, it's okay. English, kick out, Dillon for 3. In and out, the rebound, loose, and into the hands of Trey Arnold. That one looked really good.
It looked really good.
Echo attacking the basket from 10. Off the iron, the rebound to Brett Mitchell, and Biola is starting to look a little bit deflated now.
A little bit deflated, taking little shots of desperation right now. Larry English, being the smart player he is, sees the effort and slows down the game right now.
Soderberg inside for Mitchell. English, Dillon, 3, off the iron, rebound, loose. It's Lance Soderberg controlling.
Now that second chance right there is going to kill the Eagles right now.
And the entire Biola student section extremely quiet.
And the APU fans are not.
There you see it. Mitchell on the wing, getting by Dave Newkirk. English, now Dillon again for 3. Off the iron again. The rebound to Newkirk, and he's fouled by Rosales. Ryan Dillon with 3 chances to slam a dagger into Biola, but he couldn't do it.
And that's not something you want to expect right now. Dillon's coming in right now over the past 5 games, shooting 50% right there. That might have dropped his average a couple. But you never ever can count out downtown Dillon from behind the arc.
And you can never ever count out this rivalry pulling anything out of a hat.
Oh, absolutely. You see Dave Newkirk right now shooting the free throws. Now Newkirk, also somewhat of a hometown hero, the 6'5" junior from Azusa, California, also has some hometown fans in the stands.
And Newkirk misfires in the first free throw. Good free throw shooter, and he gets 1 of 2. For the Cougars, once again, English, Dillon, Lance Soderberg, Brett Mitchell, Danny Rosales. 3:35 left. APU needs a bucket here to really despair Biola. English faking a 3. Dillon straight away. And Biola going zone now. Now they've gone back to a man-to-man, looks like. Mitchell for Rosales, off his hands, out of bounds. It's a Biola ball. An 11-point APU lead. Dave Holmquist going to burn his 3rd timeout on the half.
Now what's he going to do is pull his Eagles to the side and let them know to get it in, get smart shots, play their game. Odell, on the other hand, is telling his Cougars to remain control. We have the lead. Let's control the ball and control the clock.
There you go. Look at Bill Odell. He knows this one is not over yet. He's experienced too many rivalries in the past where teams have come back from a lot larger deficits. Don't forget, back in '97, APU coming back from down 21 at Biola to win by 10 after point guard T.J. Walker went down with an eye injury. And especially 2 years ago, APU down by 21, as you said, with 10 minutes left. Always a very memorable game. And Biola coming back, or the Cougars coming back, and Biola knocking down a 3 to win the game with 10 seconds left. And even last year, APU up by 25 at Biola. Biola coming back for the win.
That's always can happen in a rivalry game. That's why you can never know if it's the first-ranked team or the last-ranked team. It's always a rivalry. It doesn't matter who's who. Kind of like the normal USC-UCLA football rivalry, except for this year.
Even one that doesn't get a lot of mention, 2 years ago, APU at Biola, the Cougars down by 10 with $1:45 to play. They whittled that lead all the way down to 8 points, got the last possession, and missed the lay-in with no time left, and Biola got away with the victory there.
Now that's why you can't count out the Eagles from this game. Odell knows it, the Eagles know it, and everybody in this court knows it.
3:15 to play, 66-55 Azusa Pacific. Entire blackout section is up. Lester around an Eccles screen from 5, he got it. And it's an 8-point ball game.
Now you see the Eagles going back into a man-to-man. I'm surprised I don't see the Eagles starting to put a full-court press on right now.
English now for Mitchell into the corner against Newkirk. Now Ryan Dillon front court right against Arnold. 2:45 to play. APU just going to run the clock down as much as possible. Mitchell over Newkirk, way off the mark, and Kellen Eckel controls.
And that's cutting down right now. Cougars are going away right now with a 9-point lead.
Lester into the paint, off the mark, and Madupin's foul by Brett Mitchell.
Now, if you're going to foul, Madupin's the guy you're going to want to foul for the Eagles. He's not the best free throw shooter from behind the line.
That's Mitchell's first foul on his docket. And Abi Madupin back to the free throw line once again. This is his 5th year with Biola, redshirted back in 99-2000. And Madupin barely grazes iron on the first free throw.
Now, to be honest with you, Pierre balls this one. The Cougar fans are not going to let him forget.
Bill Odell pacing around. He knows this one is not over just yet. Madupin in and out. Lance Soderberg controls. 2 big misses by Madupin.
And Mitchell's foul pays off. 1 foul, 2 misses. Cougars got control of the ball again.
9-point lead for Azusa Pacific. English now for Dylan left wing against Trey Arnold. Finds Rosales left block and a bang against Madupin. Over Madupin. He lays it up and in. Big lay-in by Danny.
Now Danny's shooting 100% from the field. His numbers would be a lot higher had he not gotten into foul trouble early in this game.
8 points on the evening for Rosales. Lester for 3. Off the mark. Mitchell controls. And APU 155 away from a season sweep of the Biola Eagles. And we're going to get a blocking foul on Trey Arnold.
They see Dylan right there. He had the chance to give the ball to English, but he slowed it down. Told English, let's play our game, let's take our control, and the foul pays off.
Don't forget, APU has not swept Biola in the regular season since 98-99. That team consisting of the likes of TJ Walker, Jerome Joseph, Kevin Daly, John Dean, etc., as Ryan Dillon connects on the first free throw.
A great list of Cougars players, not to mention the great list of Cougars players we will be talking about years and years to come with this group right here.
Absolutely. APU on their way to winning 21 out of 22 as Ryan Dillon knocks down 2 at the line. He's got 15 points.
Now, I spoke to Jeff Stanton at halftime. His prediction for this game was 74-65.
We're close. We'll see if that holds up. Arnold, a desperate 3, knocks it down over Ryan Dillon.
Well, that is really, really close right now. English pushing up the ball.
A buck and a half to play. 70-60 Azusa Pacific. Mitchell, handoff for Dillon against Trey Arnold. Dillon now for Soderberg at the elbow, and a holding foul on Trey Arnold.
Now that's going to give the Cougars 2 shots right now from behind the free throw line.
2 free throws should do it. It's a 10-point ball game. APU now in the bonus as the foul goes against Trey Arnold, his second foul. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. And an APU bench full of jubilation. It's a 10-point lead with 1:16 to play, and the Keys are out in the blackout section.
And that foul right there actually is what brought the Keys out right now. The 2 free throws go in. You're putting a 12-point game with about 86 seconds left to play. And there's no room for error in this game.
The blackout section ready to explode. 116-08. It's a 10-point Cougar lead.
Talented Cougar cheerleaders entertaining the blackout crowd right now. 10-point lead going into the second half. This is going to give the Cougars a 3-2 win streak, would you say, since playing Biola in the Phoenix Event Center.
And you got to imagine the possibilities if APU were to upset Concordia on Saturday and, of course, hold off Biola here. That's two nationally ranked teams you've knocked off in a case and move up in the polls even further now.
Absolutely. At number 5, you're going to be moving into a number 2 or a number 3 spot right now, which would be great for the Cougars going down the home stretch, tying with the GSAC and taking them into the playoffs in the national tournament.
APU this is their highest ranking since being bumped out of the top 25 back in November from that number 4 preseason ranking to out of the top 25 for a week with that rough 2-3 start. But now they are on pace to going 23-4, 14-1 at conference play and winning 21 out of 22.
And that's a great comeback for the Cougars. That shows what kind of character these players they have, also what kind of heart they have going down late in this game, late in the season as well.
Lance Soderberg, 2 crucial free throws, gets the first. 5 points for Lance, 64% at the line this season.
Now, it might be 5 points for Lance Soderberg, but you can't give numbers for defense. He put up a great defensive effort today.
And Soderberg gets 6 points. It's a 12-point bowl game, $1:13 to play, and Biola down to their last gasp.
Down to the last gasp, and the Cougar keys are going.
Newkirk for 3. It's good over Brett Mitchell. A 9-point game. Soderberg all alone. This should be fun. But he's mauled by Quentin Lester. And they may call intentional foul.
Right there was just bad sportsmanship. The easy 2 would have been fine, let the game come back, but the foul right there was unnecessary. Could have actually injured Soderberg coming in late into the season, and that's not what you want to see.
Foul number 1 on Quentin Lester, who absolutely mugged Soderberg.
Now, mug's an understatement right there, more like molested. Now, you see Lester pleading this case with the referee, but at this point in time, it's no use. Now, the only thing right now coming down the stretch that could possibly kill the Cougars is if they were to commit stupid fouls.
Lance Soderberg with 8 points. He had 10 at Biola in January and slamming the proverbial dagger into the Eagles in this one.
The Jello's jiggling.
Chick Hearn's a legend. I'm not going to go there.
Paying tribute to the man, that's all.
And now Madupin fouls Soderberg again. And the blackout crowd ready to send off Biola into the night.
It's a long trip back down to 6:05 to La Mirada.
Soderberg with 2 free throws can get into double figures, gets the first.
If you're at home listening to this game right now, you wonder what that annoying noise is. It's the Cougar fans with their keys letting Biola know that it's over to go to the car.
Start the bus. Soderberg misfires on the second free throw, but he's got 9 points on his docket. Lester all the way to the goal. He's fouled by Lance. And the key jingles continue.
75-63 going in with 50 seconds left. A point off each way from Jeff Stannon's predicament at halftime.
And the Cougars trying to sing their own little jingle. Sweep dreams are made of this.
Sweep dreams are made of this.
We'll play off the old 80s song.
Now, this isn't only a great win for the Cougars right now. It gives them a great chance going into the opportunity to tie a GSAC, but it builds great momentum going into a huge game here at Cougar Stadium at the Phoenix Event Center this Saturday.
You heard it, 75-63. Azusa Pacific on their way to a season sweep of Biola for the first time since 98-99, and Quentin Lester now has 9 points off his first free throw. Don't forget, APU Concordia this Saturday right here on APU Live. Join us out here if you can. Tickets on sale at the Event Center box office.
Now that's going to be a doozy.
And now Larry English fouled by Quentin Lester, and this game's going to go down to free throws now.
Now we're going to play the foul game. This is the funnest part about basketball. It takes 50 seconds of clock play, 20 minutes of live time. TV timeouts, Coaches, timeouts.
Everything.
Everything comes into play at this moment. And you hear the Cougar blackout. Never ever quiet.
Larry English with 2 free throws. Nails the first. 9 points for Larry, and what a way he has come back in the second half. A great ball game after starting out the first half cold.
Not only does that give him 10 points, but he gives him 4 assists on the day. Great overall performance, but a great defensive play by Larry English as well.
Newkirk for 3. The lefty misfires. Rebound loose. Brett Mitchell controls. And now Mitchell's going to get fouled by Madupa. Now, what's Biola doing? This game is over.
Game is well over. A 12-point deficit. Now you're fouling people. You're fouling Brett Mitchell. That's just padding up the stats. I mean, he's not going to miss.
This rivalry has seen everything, but has not seen a 12-point comeback in 37.5 seconds.
I don't think anybody's seen a 12-point comeback in 37.5 seconds.
Brett Mitchell to expand the lead to 14 now. The 13-point ball game, 78-65.
First basket's good right there by Mitchell. That's giving him 16 points on the day.
And Brett Mitchell, now with those 2 free throws, has 18 points at 79-65. APU's largest lead on the evening is 14. Lester for 3 off the mark. Foster controls, and now Biola will not foul. APU going to improve to 23-4 overall, 14-1 in conference play, and they have now won 21 out of 22, 10 straight, and listen to this crowd. Time inside the Felix Event Center.
And the blackout crowd will go crazy each and every time.
Final score 79-65. It is a sweep. APU has swept Biola for the first time since 98-99. Anthony, your final thoughts.
This was a great game, but downtown Dillon, Brett Mitchell, some of the great play by the seniors, but also great play coming up by Bryce Prather and Spencer Foster. 2 freshmen have a promising future here with Cougar basketball.
That picture tells it all. APU wins, Biola loses. Our next live webcast Saturday as the Cougars take on Concordia. Join us here at the Event Center. Game time, our coverage beginning at 7:30 p.m. And I'll do it from here for Anthony Garcia and our entire APU live crew. This is Mike Benton. Good night from Azusa.
Good night.